Hello, YouTube. Today we're taking a look at a eternity game for a Bucky. This is a very long 30-minute game. He's played Bucky throughout the whole thing, from what I can tell. With it being eternity, I'm going to be very nitpicky about the smallest little decisions. Just because once you've reached this rank, you should have your character pretty much under control. So let's look at the team real quick. We got a solo tanking Strange. We got Bucky, Hawkeye, Star-Lord, Luna, and then Invisible Woman. I assume Strange is going to start off with Portal. Yep. Does the enemy have a portal? So are they going to counter Portal? They're not. They're just watching. Okay, back to you. Okay, so immediately charging up Hook. Excuse me, how did that land? What? Did you get lucky with? I refuse to believe you timed that. Heh? Did you drop a shield? It looks like you got hooked through your shield. All right, back to Tio. Good. Okay, so you do know how to play Bucky. I would assume so, since you're in. That's unlucky for sure. Yeah, I would assume you know how to play Bucky if you reach eternity. But so I am going to focus on very small nitpicky things. That's unfortunate. You also don't have really any cooldowns, so you probably die for this. There's no way you don't. Yep. Okay, was there something we could have done to avoid that from happening? So we're out here. Over here. Good hook. I don't understand how that hook actually... I hate Bucky as a magic player. Yeah. So you hook him in. You punch him. You reposition him. Good. Your Sue follows up with pushing him even further. Now, you get hooked. You get hooked because you pushed too far forward. You felt too safe. You didn't respect any of the distance. You didn't respect the line of sight. You also jumped, which makes it easier for them to actually land the shots on you, stuff like that. Let's take a look at this from his point of view. So yeah, he was able to land that. So you're jumping around, you're making yourself very known when you could just be walking and just poking just enough to actually see heads and stuff like that, and shooting out that way. Instead, you're out here, you're jumping around, and then he sees the opportunity. He charges up his hook, jumps, and yanks you down, and you die for it. Okay, so you came over here. Let's take a look at the hook. This is a 30-minute game. I don't want to be like super, make it last forever, but So we're up here. Charging hook. You are using the cover here, kind of. So you attempt to hook Strange. You got lucky the first time, but it's like, I don't think you're ever... Like, it's worth the shot. There's no one else that you can really hook. What's the cooldown on your hook? Which is 8 seconds. It's worth the shot, to be fair. Like, maybe you actually did land another weirdo hook on him, and you could have repositioned him and easily killed him. So, I don't fault you for trying to go for it. Okay. So keeping up the pressure, moving forward. You're standing kind of out in the open. Like, you can take a lot of damage. You can play slightly safer, or you can come over here and you start using this corner. Come out that way. Now, again, you're taking a lot of damage, where your pathing could be slightly better. Positioning wise, could we play this a little differently? Well, there's a few spots you could be going. Your pathing could be like, move to this corner, keep spamming shots out. As he starts getting close, safer, you can start moving up here, jump on this, start playing around this pillar here, doing what damage you can. As you continue taking more and more space, you will move up to this. So I can do it from here. Like, as we're fighting, actually, I can do it as they're moving. Let me go back a little bit. Where are you at? So you're here. Okay, so I'm moving up. I'm shooting. Strange is there. I can now move over here. Shooting. Strange has gone up there. I can go over here. Like, he got picked off because of his positioning. Him. Because look how easily it is to get picked off in Eternity. And I'm sure you're very well aware of this. Like I review these lower ranked games, and they get the stuff some of these players get away with is criminal. And then I'll watch it. I'll watch like an Eternity game here. We're moving up. We're moving up. Now watch him. He's out in the open. He doesn't have an escape path. Bucky frontline. Kind of. I mean, his Strange did move up, but his Strange ended up getting low, and he had to go up and get the health back. I can die in 0.002 seconds. Yeah. Now we're going to watch Fishboy here. Like, what's his escape plan? He's not really utilizing cover. Right now, he's just walking down the main path and just gets absolutely destroyed. Because he went, wee, oh God. There's a concept I like using, which is the common zone. What's the common zone? Well, right here, the common zone is going to be right this staircase. This is where all of the damage is getting spammed. This is where all of the abilities are landing. This is where all the ultimates are going. This is where you're going to take the most damage. So the way you want to play is you want to play around this. Like, this is generally where the vanguards are going to thrive. They're going to be fighting all in the common zone here. Where you want to be fighting is you want to start using the cover. You want to use this cover. You want to try to push up here if you see it's safe enough. You can use the pillar here. If you absolutely need to, like, you can work your way into this room and start working your way over here and taking a side angle. Like, even if you did that, like you took the route over here, because your Strange is gone. Your Strange is up there doing what they're wanting to do, so you don't have a front line anyways. So you can't hold this space whether you wanted to or not, but you can come over here, then push over here, and you might be able to catch her off guard. Because if you came in here, it's like, oh, okay, this is an easy pick. Hook her, secure the kill, stuff like that, and then go back. Go back to where you want to do, but you generally don't really want to fight here. Oh yeah, Wolf just remembered something. What is that? Oh, that's not you. T.O., there you are. Yeah. So yeah, you're about to just take a buttload of damage. What's your Strange doing? Your Strange is up there. Hold on. So you're here. So spamming damage, like yes, you hook 2 people. I assume this is going to work out for you, but at the same time, it's like you just pulled a Hawkeye and a Bucky into your face. Your team back here is getting sniped. You grab 2. Generally, you would think this is a good idea, and it might work out for you if you punch them into your team. But I want to see how this plays out. You're TOF8. So you did punch him over there. Do you actually secure any kills? No, it didn't do anything. Because you were in a position where your team couldn't really help you. Your team's too far back. Your Strange just dropped down. Okay, so you're back here. Where's your Strange? You guys are solo. Okay, there's your Strange. What's the play? Like, do you need to be here? I would argue you don't need to be here. I would start... Strange, where are you? Right here. Behind the payload. But I would argue you don't need to be here. You could be... Like, everything you're doing right here, you could have already been positioned up here. And you're relatively safe. Like, you can easily cut off most of the line of sight of the enemy right now. Like, oh, okay, I can pump damage into you. I can pump damage into you. I can be looking for another hook. Just charge it up. It's like, try to kidnap someone, punch them into your team. Like, your team's a lot closer now. So if you land a hook now, it's like you can easily just snipe someone out right now. Again, you can come over here and try to distract them over here. So as your team is pushing up, especially with 1 Vanguard on your team, you need to be making space by taking off angles. But yeah, the way you want to make space as a damage character, especially if you want to help out your 1 Vanguard and reduce pressure off of him, make the enemy look in different directions. So looking up here, it's like, okay, common zone. Everyone is spamming everything this way. How do you reduce pressure off of your Vanguard as a damage dealer? You take an off angle. You take another angle to make them look in a different direction. So instead of everything getting pumped this way, they're now spamming damage this way and having to deal with you over here. So it's like they're looking this way, this is what they see. Looking that way, now this is what they see. Now they have to keep going back, and that's greatly reducing the pressure off of your Vanguard. F8. Let's just see how this plays out. So you're over here, playing around the payload. You have ults, you're charging your hook. Now, unfortunately, the Sue shield was there, so he wasn't able to land the hook. But if you took a better angle, you could bypass the shield altogether. Another thing about the common area is this is the most heavily guarded area. So they had the Sue shield there, so you couldn't actually hook anything if you wanted to anyways. Whereas if you took another angle, it's like, oh, okay, now they have to be fearful of your hook coming from this way. All right, there's a portal. You have ult. I would be expecting a... Well, I wouldn't be, because if I look at the tab screen, it's like, oh, okay, my Strange doesn't have ult. There's a good chance the enemy Strange doesn't have ult either. That's how I'm tracking Strange ults. You can kind of do that with like mirror picks as well. Looking on here is like, oh, you got ult. You can probably assume the enemy Bucky has ult. Neither your Luna doesn't have ult. I would assume the enemy doesn't have ult. Your Sue doesn't have ult. Enemy probably doesn't have ult, which in this case is relatively true. So most of these ults you can track just by checking the mirror picks on your team. So Strange, no ult, no ult. Bucky, ult, ult. Luna, Sue, no ult, no ult, no ult, no ult. Oh my god, did I skip the head? Tracking ults. Yeah. So, like, the enemy Strange just teleported up there. And I was pointing out how you can track ults by your own teammates' ults and who's mirroring who. So if there's two Stranges in the game, you can track ults by watching your own Strange. So I saw Strange portal up there. My first instinct is he's going to ult us. But then if you look at the tab screen, he's like, my Strange doesn't have ult. Never mind, he probably doesn't have ult. He's not dropping to ult, he's dropping to hold the point. It's like, okay, I can play this differently now. Same thing with the support ults. It's like, there's a Luna ult, there's a Sue ult. Okay, well, my team doesn't have ult. Enemy team probably doesn't have it either. So I'm not worried about strategist ults right now either. I have ult. I can probably make a pretty good play now. So I'm looking for an opportunity to get ult quickly before they build up ult charge anymore. Let's go back to teal, which is F8. So we're over here. I would have liked this spot while the payload was farther back and while the enemy team was more fighting here. Like, I would have preferred you have already pushed up here much sooner, fighting here. But now you're taking this position, and it's like, they are dropping down. You're here. There is a Strange in the middle there. Just kill Strange. This Strange is feeding now. Does he have a symbol? Like, could you... Was there an No, well, I mean, the shield would have blocked it anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, enemy team sniped your Namor again. So we can talk about positioning again here. Whale, fish, they threw the fish. Okay, let's look at your Namor. So your Namor's here. So again, common area. Where's all the damage getting spammed? Like, I don't hate your spot here. Just because what's the common area here? Okay, well, this is all the common area. So there's far less damage and abilities getting spammed here than there is over here. So you're in a much better spot than Namor. But because Namor decided to fight here, like, strategists, it's less of a problem for, just because they have abilities that can help them survive fighting in this zone. Damage dealers, it's going to be a lot worse for. It's a lot more punishing if you do end up taking a lot of damage. So even though you're over here, you're relatively safe because you're not in where all of the danger is. And then we're watching Namor, is like, he decides to fight on the payload. He's over there. He decides to ult, which that's not a terrible ult. But because of where he's positioned, in the zone, like, he's just, like, look how fast because of where he decided to position, which I'm saying this in reference to you just for you to have something to think about. But because of where he decided to position, just up here in front of everything, he gets instantly sniped. Just instantly dead. No chance. So back to you. Try going for a hook. I don't blame you. It's worth a shot. You do have ult. If we look at the team, they probably don't have support ults yet, but they are going to be coming up online soon. So you need to make a play now and try to secure this just to make sure this caps. Honestly, if I was looking at the scoreboard, it's like, okay, no strategist ults yet. I'm probably just going to push kind of hard, pump as much damage as I can, look for a pick, and just ult them as quickly as I can, just to keep the pressure up as much as possible, just so we can cap this. And I want to use it before my strategists get their ults. And then once I use mine, my strategist ults are going to come online, and they will keep you alive for the longer. It's just something you want to think about. So you want to ult before your strategists get their ults up, get their ults online. Especially with the last point here. So I would ult just to keep the pressure up, to be honest. Yep. So as I was saying, like your Sue ults online, enemy Sue ults online. We're forcing ult now as Bucky though, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not telling you to go out and force an ult out. I'm telling you to put up the pressure before they get their ults. So I would have already pushed up, ulted, drop down on them, force them back, get them a little bit scared. Maybe I make them misplay and ult, and they end up dropping Sue ult here. Maybe I distract them long enough to where they place it here instead of out here. Stuff like that. But now that's what I was saying is true. So your Sue has ult, enemy Sue has ult, almost at the exact same time, and she ulted. So now you have to play around your strategist ults, just because you're not going to be able to ult with all the strategist ults coming online. F8. So we're here. We're forced to fall back now. Okay, he's going for a play. you're I love that. I love that plays actually get punished in this rank. Because I see so much stuff that's just criminal. It's like, that should not have worked. Right, I want to see what actually he does. Because he comes out here. He's half HP. Like, you wouldn't have been able to guess that he's going to ult in the middle of the Sue ult, so. But he's there. You're all getting pushed back. I do commend your Sue ult for not immediately ulting into this. So she's waiting for an opportunity. It's like, okay, then she's not expecting your Strange to like bot out over here and die. She's expecting everyone to back up a little bit, give them a little bit of space, and then on the next re-engage, she's going to use her ult. So I do condemn. That is good for your Sue. So half HP, full health, in a thing. I assume he gets frozen. No, he didn't get frozen. He does die though. Just obliterated. All right, back to you. Armed and dangerous. I heard that. Okay, so you're deciding to ult now. I assume you're ulting to like try to follow up with Strange. Again, just taking a lot of damage. You don't have a Vanguard anymore, so you kind of just have to play the tank role or make some kind of play. You hear Vanguard go off, you immediately ult to try to combo up with him. You're not expecting him to die right away, so I don't really blame you for that. If we look on here, your Luna doesn't have ult yet. We can assume the enemy Luna doesn't have ult yet either, even though she is very close. So your Luna is lagging behind a little bit, unfortunately. Because we look on here, the enemy Luna has more damage and more healing, whereas your Luna has been kind of heal botting, unfortunately. So her ult charge is lagging behind a little bit. You ult into the shield. So no value from that. Oh, you did land. You ulted into the shield, but you did land on him. Unfortunately, in order to reset it, you'll have to kill him, and that's probably not going to happen. So I don't fault you for ulting that, just because, hey, you saw Strange going in and you wanted to go in and support his play and see if you can make it out. You're just not expecting him to get obliterated in a nanosecond. So back to you. So are you going to just get picked off or escape? Honestly, I would have just escaped through this doorway and reset with my team. I know it's a very quick. How are you going to get out? Okay. I know it's a very quick thinking that you need to do is float up here and immediately go through this doorway. But that's kind of the play right now, is just to do that and then regroup with your team. These two can keep themselves alive just fine. Rocket's pre-setting up a teleporter in case you, or a res beacon in case you do get picked off. Let's go back to you. But yeah, the play was to go through the window there. You get this pick. Nice. Uh-oh. It honestly doesn't matter. Like, even him dying there doesn't matter. Like, she gets picked off, she gets rezzed, but the rest of your team is still reviving, so. Like, good that you got the kill. Like, how does she die? Does she die because of something you did, or? Like, Strange just focused hard on you. Focus hard on you. You res, you push in. Where are you going? Oh. Okay, she didn't die because of your decision making. She died because she was stupid. Got it. She's like, I help you, Luna. You're not helping that. Let Luna die. Luna's not like Luna's play is to skate this way. She is him, I believe. Yeah. Like Luna's play is she should have just been skating this way and running. But okay, let's actually watch your So she's here. Dun 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 dun. No, wrong one. Wrong one. You're not helping that, and you get killed off for that. I know we're not reviewing her, we're reviewing you, but still, it's like, oh my god. There's like little mistakes like that. Like in Eternity, you cannot be making mistakes like that. Especially if you want to climb to the absolute highest ranks. These tiny, tiny little mistakes of her just moving forward slightly will end up losing you games at these ranks. So, to the point where this little push forward ends up becoming a huge mistake just by taking a few steps forward. This Luna hanging out here so long is another mistake. She should have recognized, hey, everyone's dying. I can run away. I can start skating through here and just escaping to regroup my team. This is another mistake. She hung out here for too long. You, on the other hand, I don't think you made a major mistake here. I think you made a minor mistake by not escaping through here and then regrouping with their team. But coming down here to your two strategists was also not it's fine. But yeah, like I don't consider this an absolute mistake, but her abandoning you was. So even though you went this way and you secured the kill on Strange, she unfortunately got picked off because of her mistake. And you end up getting picked off as well because Rocket can't keep up with the healing. Rocket, are you healing Bucky? I want to see. There's a res beacon. Oh, he had a reload. Damn. Here's another mistake. This tiny little mistake where he had to reload cost you your life. So, unfortunately, like these tiny little mistakes. Unfortunate. You end up dying. The Sue ends up using your hero. So he's going that way. We're waiting for you to res back up. Your team's got to reset and regroup. Looks like they're doing that. This is going to be a long one. This is a 30-minute game. I'm 5 minutes in, yo. Okay, you've res. F8. F8, yep. All right, we're back here. Just spamming out damage. 47 for 48. We're looking on the board. Now it's getting a little weird on how ults are going. You know your Strange is ulted, but you haven't seen the enemy Strange ult yet. Hawkeye, you're not really going to be tracking that one. You've used your ults, but you haven't seen the enemy Bucky use their ult, so you're going to assume that he has it. Luna, you are going to assume both Lunas have ults, but you haven't. Your Sue still has their ults, but you've seen the enemy use theirs. 5-star, 5 ults. Well, they got ult advantage. Yep, ult advantage. So your team has been kind of wasting their ults, and the enemy team hasn't needed to use theirs, so they still have theirs in case they absolutely need them. We're pushing up. Okay, do we need to push this way? We got the one Vanguard, so holding this space behind your Vanguard is going to be a lot more difficult. Could we push this way? Arguably, no. It's going to take too long to actually claim this land. You could have pushed up here sooner. Even with him pushing up there, I would have still just came up here as quickly as I possibly can just to take some kind of space. Try to take an angle. Poke out what damage you can. Come up here. You can start poking into their back. Oh, nope. Okay, bridge is down. So you can't do that. I take that back. But you could poke here, and then if you need to drop down, you can drop down if you need to. Unfortunately, the bridge is gone. The bridge would have been nice to have right now. Let's play this out. Now, I'm not faulting you for going this way at all. Like, playing this way is fine. I do want you to use like the pillars here as cover, but I'm not faulting you for it. You can also use your punch to reposition yourself as well. I'm sure you're quite aware of it. So as you're coming over here and fighting here, if it gets too dangerous for you, like immediately punch up here to the health pack and then start fighting through this wall or something, looking for another opportunity. As the enemy team gets pushed back, then you can fight in that weird where the bridge broke off. Go here, spamming out for ult charge. This is fine. I don't like that you're just standing right here without any escape plan though. Like you can like everything you're doing right here, you see the exact same thing right here. So shooting. If you want to go for a hook, you can start working your way up closer. Like he's using the pillar. He's using cover. He needs to recharge his shield. He needs his abilities back. You got one Vanguard. So he's going to have to play like this to where there's going to be a lot of times where the common area is opened up to the backline, which is now you. You're now playing Vanguard because he has to recharge his abilities, which I assume is what he's doing. I don't know how much shield he has unless he brings it up. So we're going back to you. Look at all this damage you're taking. This is what I'm talking about. Like you're right here. You're not using any natural cover. Just you're taking everything just to the face. And you die for it. So you got punished for the mistake. As you should. This is eternity. You absolutely should get punished for these tiny little mistakes. This is why you should have I would have rather have you gone up here, look for chances. Like you don't really have a lot of angles, but like even though the bridge is gone, your Strange would have pushed them back anyways. And it's like, okay, now you have an angle. Now you can start pumping out damage. You can probably secure a kill on that. If you get in danger, come back down here, grab the health pack. If you need to, you can hang out here until your Strange pushes up a little bit more. Then you can drop down on your Strange. They still have the ult advantage though, so we are getting scared of that. We are looking for that. The problem with this is, again, they just picked you off fairly easily. I don't know if you have a res beacon. I can't spell. I don't know if they have a res beacon up. Okay, for your team. Let me check Rocket. Rocket, do you have a res beacon? Nope, res beacon is on cooldown. So you getting picked here just screams at the enemy team. Is like, cool. We can save our ults longer. We don't have to use them yet. We're still winning this fight. Heck yeah, let's keep going. Oh, okay, Luna got picked. Okay, well, this is another thing of fighting in the common area. It's like your entire backline is just taking so much damage. Just because you got the one Vanguard. I'm not saying it's his fault. He's doing what he needs to, but while you have one Vanguard, you can't really be holding this space very, very long or very easily. You have to use as much cover as you can just to reduce as much pressure off of your supports, because off your strategists, because you don't want them focusing all of the resources into you when they have to focus everything into Strange. And then I want you to, again, think about drawing the enemy attention. As I was saying earlier, I want you to make the enemy look in a different direction to reduce pressure off of your one Vanguard. That's how you make space as a damage dealer. So let's say we came over here. It's like, okay, well, enemy has to look that way. Enemy also now has to look this way. So every time they have to look at you over in that direction, it's reducing a lot of pressure off of him. Because right now, everyone is behind him. So the only place anything is getting spammed is directly into him. And he's doing everything he can to help out. You can even do that up here. It's like, okay, enemy team is here. They're suddenly taking damage. It's like, oh, crap. Ah, crap. Okay, no, okay, gotta deal with you. Gotta deal with you. Okay, back to, okay, you're still up there. It's just making them look in a different direction other than at your Strange. Just stuff like that. But you got picked here. Your Luna ended up getting picked here. So the only thing your team can do again is just reset. You gonna die again, buddy? They flaked him. Oh, they flaked his butt. They coming for you. they were not letting him live. Look how far they chased him. Now, they really chased him. I don't. Does your team capitalize on that? Is that what happens here? 6 alpha down. Bravo. Bravo, 6 alpha down. Squid down. But I think this is a mistake on the enemy team. Because look how far they had to go to take him out. And now they're going to have to spend all this time trying to regroup. And it looks like your team capitalizes on this. Oh, nope. Okay, they're going... Oh, no, the theory could still work. Because the enemy team's still regrouping. Comrade's Operation False Squid. Okay, so we go through. Where's the enemy team? Okay, they kind of regrouped. Okay, back to you. So we're going in. There's a portal in. Amplifier's out. Huh? Was that your... That's not your Strange. What happened to that Strange ult? Okay, portal out. Amplifier. All right, Strange, what are you doing? What happened to you? It just doesn't hit anybody? Hold on to me. Just no one gets hit by that. Why did no one get hit? Yo, this Strange got screwed. The Strange got screwed. Maybe it's the shield? Maybe the shield blocked it? Okay, so portal blocks this one. So portal blocks this one. Shield blocks this one. So portal blocks Namor from getting ulted. Your strange shield blocks Bucky from getting ulted. And then your strange shield blocks Strange from getting ulted. Wow. Lucky Bucky, lucky him. Like he used the portal up here. Okay. Wow, that sucks for that Strange. Okay, there's your Luna ult. So no longer, I mean, they still kind of have the ult advantage. They got, yeah. I need to go F8. It's back to you. Arm and dangerous. So you've decided to ult. I would assume Luna's gonna ult now. Yep, there's a Luna ult. So she was ready and prepared for it. I want to say good you pulled out the Luna ult. The problem is with this is you don't have any other ults to follow up with it. You're better off of just saving your ult and spamming damage outs while fighting inside of your Luna ult. I mean, it's fairly easy to read. It's like, oh, okay, Bucky's in the air. I guess he's going to ult me. Now I can use my ult. So, W Luna song. Yeah. So I was like, I wouldn't have ulted here. I would have just pushed in with Luna and tried to secure and force out some picks. Because you should be waiting for the Luna ult to come out. For some strange reason, your Sue is saving their ults for the next match. Because look, if we look on the enemy team, like the enemy Sue is almost up on her second ult, and your Sue still has her first ult for some reason. Okay. So you land on the Bucky and the Luna. Luna guy obliterated. What? How did Luna die? Yeah, but not enough to where like where's all this damage coming from? Who's all looking at her? Oh, amplifier. Okay, your team's got amplifier up. We've used your ult. I can one tap her as magic ult. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Amplifier and Luna damage boost. That's why. So they're stacking, and she's got obliterated because of it. So W your Luna for yeah, W your Luna because yeah, she's using her damage boost when she should be. They stack. So whatever amplifier gives, and then whatever Luna's damage boost gives, stacks together. To be fair, I still don't think we needed your ult. Just like you got Luna and amplifier out, you still could have saved your ult and waited in case you needed to get it out. But she gets obliterated. You get another ult up. And you kind of just threw it in there. So cool, you pulled out the Luna ult. I think you could have done that without having to use your ult, though. Okay, so now you use it? Now you save it this entire time, and then you use it now? What? Why? You don't need it. You've captured the point. It doesn't matter if you die now. Sue, what are you doing? Buddy. Like, at this point, it doesn't matter if you all get farmed here. All right, we're going back to you. Tio. Sue saves her ult this entire time until the one moment I don't want her to use it. Think about it. It's like, could we be positioned somewhere else? Let's think about this. Could we come over here? No, Rocket's 40. Oh, okay. You could be over here if you wanted to. It might catch you, you might get caught off guard, but again, you have one strategist. So you don't really want to fight just in the common area. Like looking up here, it's like, what's the common area? It's going to be this. This is going to be the common. I can't. There's a roof here. It's annoying me. This is all the common area. Okay, well, what can you do? Can you take an angle? There's your one strange, your one singular Vanguard taking a ton of pressure. It's like, okay, I can come over here. I can be cheeky. I got a moment. They're still all over there. I can come over here. I can play around this. I can pump damage into his back. What does this do? It was like, well, okay, well, he can either shield that way or he can shield that way. You can't do both at the same time. So his only option is to fall back until he can block damage from both ends. Otherwise, he's just going to be out here and just tank a bunch of damage. So that's another way of reducing pressure off of your Vanguard by taking this second angle. So instead of you fighting here, it's like, okay, all Strange has to do is just slightly turn his shield at you. It's like, here's another thing. Like, you're trying to charge your hook just in front of them when, like, even coming over here, like, even, like, not even going all the way over here, just Roadhog pull, yeah. Not even over there, is like just taking a slightly off angle this way. It's like here, you got to deal with the shield and maybe hit him. Here, like, look how much more opens up to you. Whereas if you just walk slightly this way, is like all of this opens up to you. You can pump damage into him. You can pump damage into that. You can wait for him to churn slightly. It's like you can charge your hook up and you can still kidnap someone over here as well. Charge your hook up and rotate and push them that way. Stuff like that. You get sniped off somehow. So you get sniped off. So you get killed because you end up, so you were playing over here closer to the pillar, but because of your hook and stuff, you put yourself just in the center of, again, the common zone, which is what I call it. So all damage, all abilities, everything getting sent here. Whereas your instinct should have been to immediately try to reposition yourself back behind this pillar. But because you didn't do that, you get sniped off. you did what he did earlier. Oh, this is an angle. I don't want that angle. God. No, worse angle. God. All right. Why are you in your underwear? Put some pants on. Oh, Bucky will come to your home, so Venom is always watching. Yeah. But you did what Namor did earlier. Staying out here, you ended up just taking random damage that you didn't need to. You really want him, don't you? You really want, like, to be fair, him alting this to make sure you two die and hard staggering you, I'm not against it at all. Like, this isn't a bad play from this Bucky, because he's going in, he's recognizing, is like, hey, enough time has passed. If I secure 2 more kills, it's buying a ton more time for my team. So it's not a bad play from him. The question is, does it actually kill you? No, it didn't. Okay. So it would have been a good play if he actually killed the 2 of you. Since he didn't pull that off, it now becomes a bad play. Or you overstay your welcome and get killed anyways. Good punch to stall him in this corner. Okay. Okay, so let's think about it. Like, why did you ult? Why did you ult? Did we need to ult? Let's go F8. Go over here. I do like that. Going over here. Okay. You were ulting to try to secure the kill on Strange. The problem is with this is Strange has a shield and he can fly. So you're watching him fly right now. So you're forced to use your ult in a different way. Honestly, I would have just saved the ult and just kept the pressure up as much as I can. What's the pathways we could have taken as we're doing this? Is like, you could have gone, nope, couldn't go down that way. There's not really an easy angle you could take, especially when there's fog and crap here in your way. So you're kind of forced to just walk down this main and play around these pillars as much as you can. Try to use as much cover as you can. Gets a little awkward. That's a fish. Yeah, and you get picked off for it. You absolutely do. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So we're good. Okay, so you went in super deep. Where's your team? Your team's right here. This little bit of distance in eternity is enough to kill you, as we've just seen. So you've moved. I'm slow. Why am I slow? There we go. So you've moved quite a ways away from your tank or your vanguard. You moved. They can't keep up with you yet. They're not ready to support this play. You've ulted on the other side of the payload, so you've cut off line of sight with your own team. I'll be honest, like so far, your ults haven't been very good from what I've seen. There's a weirdo fishy thing, but like this one's especially bad. Like I get what you're going for. You were trying to snipe out the Strange, like secure, like guarantee this kill real quick. The problem is he has fly and he also has shield, so you're not really going to actually do anything with that. You could have just continued shooting into him as much as you can. Unfortunately, the enemy team is able to keep him up. So he's just going to, there's going to be moments where you're going to have to accept is like, okay, I can just keep the pressure up on him, but he's going to escape no matter what I do. Like you're doing the correct things. You're stalling. You're trying to punch him where you need to go, stuff like that. But he's just going to get out just because that's just how it's going to play out. But like you go in here, yes, you hit him. He counters you with his hook, stuns you. He probably has punch, so he could probably just CC you as well, but he doesn't even use it because he doesn't need to. He just shoots you and kills you. So you're dead. Enemy fish goes out. Enemy fish misses everything. So far, from what I'm seeing, is like the enemy team is much, like the enemy team as a whole, it's coming down to them just being much better with their ult usage than your team is. And that's probably how you ended up losing this. I'm going to watch the whole thing anyways, but still. First, waiting for you to respawn. You've respawned, so you had a res beacon, but I would claim that you kind of wasted your teammate's res beacon again. Yeah. Yeah, I would argue you wasted your team's res beacon again. So we're here. You heard someone up there. I heard him up there too. I don't know who it is. Okay, so he's over there. To be fair, your Strange should be calling this out in VC. I don't know if he was or if he did. But we're going back to you. Teal. Where should we be positioned? This is common zone. Should we be here? No. Where's the enemy Strange? Enemy Strange is there. He's walking hard into me. My first guess, he's probably going to ult me. This wouldn't be a problem if you were playing at your proper distance. If you're playing where you needed to. Like, you can still use the payload as cover from back here if you needed to. Unfortunately, there's fog in here, so you can't really utilize that too much. You could be playing down here at the health pack. Like, you still, like, sure, there's not as much cover here, but there's a health pack you can utilize if you absolutely need to. Which, like, even so, it's better in your current spot where everything's getting dumped into your face. So you got the single Vanguard. You could be over here. You can be pumping damage that way. You can be pumping damage into that, pumping damage into that. You can be pumping damage into him. You could be like, I'm seeing him push up that hard. My brain is going off like fireworks. It's like, okay, he's got ult. He's got ult. He's going to ult. He's got ult. My brain's screaming. And my first instinct is to charge my hook, waiting for this ult to go off. With your current position, you can't really see that or predict that. Whereas if you're playing like down here or something, like this isn't ideal just because the pillar's gone now and it's taking you guys a long time to actually get through this point. But just giving yourself a better view of what's going on around you, you would be able to counter this fairly easily because he's making it very obvious that he's going to walk into you and ult. He didn't ult. I'm surprised. And anything like GM lower, that was screaming ult to me. There's the ult. That's what I was waiting for. Do you hook him though? You had hook charged up. Do you have the reaction time to actually land it on him? Ah, you were so close. Ah, you're so close. Damn. Okay. Well, again, too close to where you should have been fighting. So as they're pushing into you, you should have been taking more of a distance. As Strange pushed past you, you should have been repositioning so you still have view of him, stuff like that. You almost hooked him, but because of your positioning, it just made it very difficult. Like, you're fighting over here. I was like, look at where you're fighting instead of repositioning. Like, you're looking, I don't know why Cloak and Dagger's there. I have no idea why Cloak and Dagger's there. Your Cloak and Dagger, no, your Sue has been interesting, but whatever, she's there. Does she ult? Is that why? Looks like she just ulted. So maybe she ulted that way and she faded back. But look at your positioning. Like, there's a Luna. They're all in the healing thing. You're not going to kill anybody. My brain's going off saying he's about to ult us. You're right here just about to get dogpiled. Like, the entire enemy team is about to just jump you. Luckily, you did kind of fall back, but you didn't fall back early enough. So instead of walking from here to here, it should have been like from here to here. Instead of get here and now you're going to get caught out in it. I get you realized it. I get you tried reacting to it. Oh, nope, you didn't. Okay. No, you didn't. You threw your hook that way. So you tried hooking someone over there instead of reacting to that. So never mind. I take it back. So you get killed off. Now, is the fog still up here? No. So now here's another play you can do. Now that the stupid fog is gone, you could punch up here and take the space up here and look for an angle. You can start poking out as much as you can. I wouldn't really go over here, but if your team ends up pushing more and more, you want to be taking this space just because as your Vanguard, your one Vanguard's pushing up, you can start pumping out damage from this angle. You can start pushing them back. Again, like I was saying earlier, making them look in different directions. So now they got to look there and look up there. Okay, good. All right, cool. All right, you're doing it. So you just need to hang out here. Don't do anything fancy doing. You're waiting for your team to start pushing up. Once your Vanguard rounds this corner and starts pumping damage into them, you can do the same thing up here. Split their attention. Start looking for plays. Good. Nice. Now look at this. Like, I wouldn't say they both needed to come up here, but because you took this position and they recognize you're going up to make a play, it's like they're coming up to help you. They're coming up to support you. It's like, cool. And generally, especially in Eternity, players are going to recognize this. They're like, if we go back, if you make more plays like this, and make more decisions like this, like your team will follow up and help you. Like, let's look at this from Rocket's point of view. He's here. He's there. He sees you bounce up there. He's like, oh, okay, I'm coming, buddy. We're going to mess them up. Let's go. You're making a play. I'm gonna make sure this works. Like, all right, it's cool. Like, perfect. This is exactly what I want. And because you made the decision to go up there, you get all this extra support. You got 2 healings. There's nothing, or you got 2 strategists on your booty. You got nothing to fear right now. Where's your Vanguard? Your Vanguard's finally rounding the corner. Personally, I would have preferred your Vanguard to take the attention first before you, because at the moment, like, everything's being funneled into you until he shows up. Go back to you. Looks like you guys do capture it. And if you guys do capture it, it's going to be mostly because you made this decision to come up here. Nope, that's not you. I want F8. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is what I've been talking about the whole game. It's like, okay, now their attention's split. You can see it right here, clear as day. You got bullets going this way into your one Vanguard, but a percentage of the damage now and focus is now coming up to you. So you can see it right here. Bullets going towards him. You got the squids over here focused on him. But the enemy Strange is also coming up to deal with you. And there's also bullets coming up to you. Like, if we take a look at the enemy, he's focused there. She's focused there. Luna's focused up at you. Strange is focused at you. And Bucky is focused on your Vanguard. And Fishman is focused on your Vanguard. So you've taken the attention of 1, 2. You've taken the attention of at least 2 players, which is great. Like, at this exact moment of me pausing, 2 players are hard focused on you up here, and that's reduced a lot of pressure off of your Strange right there. Strange flew up. He's wasted a cooldown. He's wasted a lot of his shield. Your Strange came up to help you. So your Strange saw an opportunity. Just let him play out, because yeah, this is great. This is oh. Did you need to drop yet? No. I mean, you could have just kept spamming at them. Keep poking as the payload gets closer to this doorway, or if enough of the enemy team pushes that way. You can come over here. You can be a little cheeky. You can come over here. Poke some damage out again. Make them look your way. As soon as they turn to look at you, you run. Like, you can run and then just immediately drop down if it gets dangerous. So instead of dropping down here, you hang out up here. You continue poking out damage. Walk over here. Walk over here. Start harassing them from this angle. Because, like, they feel super safe right now. They've died three times this match. They haven't been harassed too much, especially with your team comp. So Bucky, Namor, and then you got 3 strategists. So no one's flanking them. No one's harassing these strategists. So if you were here, this is easy for you. Just pump, just dump damage into them. As soon as they look at you, as soon as you start taking a little too much damage, you don't feel safe anymore, come over here, see if you get healed up. There's a good chance like one of your strategists will come with you and help you actually come over here and do something. And if they're not healing you and you're up here too long and you took too much damage, just drop down and now you can start playing here. I would have rather have you done that than just drop down here and hook at a shield. So your team, I'm gonna let this play out. It looks like your team just full holds it now. Portal. I heard a portal. Is your Strange blocking off? Because the enemy portal is still on cooldown. Yeah, your Strange is blocking off the enemy spawn doors. Good job. Oh, he didn't block out the spawn doors. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so he, instead of blocking off the spawn doors, he just blocked off the doorways. That's smart. Okay. Like, to be fair, it's like the enemy team can still go over this way. But if they came out and decided to go down this way, because they can't see it until they get like really close. Like, look at her. So even if like, let's say he didn't have enough time to block off the doorways themselves, it's like just blocking these off was actually pretty good. Because Psu here is trapped now. Okay, so we're defending. Where are we defending at? You're breaking the walls ahead of time. It's fine. I assume someone... Okay, so like at this rank, like everyone is going to do a portal thing and drop everyone up here. Okay, cool. Where's your Strange? What's your team? You got Strange. They got Strange and Magneto. What's your Strange doing? Is your Strange gonna look for a counter portal?
I am strengthened for
No? No counter portal? No counter portal. You didn't use portal. Okay, back to you. Okay, so we're defending. What's your positioning? So you broke the walls, you're scouting, you see them all going this way. You react to it, you're over here. This is fine. This position, where's your team at? We got Cloak and Dagger up there, we got you there. Where's your Rocket? Rocket's up there. He's up there. I don't think you can make it up there with your punch. I don't mind this, honestly, as a starting point. Just because you know where they're all coming from. You're watching for the flank here. No one's able to get through this doorway. You're guarding this space. Okay, like it less now. So your repositioning strategy was to immediately punch this way instead of just going to the high ground. Because look at... Because I liked it before, just... Let me see where you're at. Over here. Okay, now the reason I like it now is... Okay, again, think of the common zone. So this is the common zone. The point itself is the common zone. This pathway is the common zone. This common zone changes depending on where the enemy team goes. So if the enemy team decides to take this pathway over here, and take this space. Okay, the common zone now changes to this. This is now the common zone. And this becomes open for your use. But because they came this way, it's like, okay, now this is the common zone, and this is your use. So look at your pathing now. You're over here. Now, you've decided to immediately enter the common zone instead of fighting here, and then coming up here to the high ground and working along with your cloak and dagger. Instead, you decide to push hard that way in the middle of all of the fire and just end up taking a buttload of damage for it. Yep, see, damage. Damage. Almost gets killed for that. You do get killed for that. You actually die for that. So that one decision right there. Do you lose this point? Team A released the mission vehicle. That one decision that you made, going this way instead of going this way, cost your team this point right here. That one mistake right there. We're going to let this play out. Because I assume you don't get back. Maybe you get back in time? Oh, no, there's a res beacon. Shit, I forgot about that. Hold on. That's not you. F8. Hold on. I want to see what happens after you get res. So you get rezzed. You get rezzed. Raka immediately comes over here to give you ammo to help you. You go for a hook. Damn. And you got diffed. So, and Strange comes up to help you. Or help his teammate. But all of this played out because of this one decision to cross this path instead of just coming up here. Because think of what you could have been doing up here. It's like you could have just, you're relatively safe. You're behind a pillar. You got a cloak and dagger with you. You can be spamming out damage. And if you see the opportunity to actually land a hook, cool. But you went over there. You died. You wasted the beacon. You ended up hooking Bucky up. And Strange had enough space to come up and snipe you out because of it. Because there wasn't enough pressure out here. Just because you're on 3 strategists. So your damage is far more important in this team comp. Okay, so positioning wise. Where's your Vanguard? Vanguard's right there. You're right here. You're just going to tank a bunch of damage. Use your pillars. Like, you can fight around this thing. You're relatively safe around this thing. You don't have to stand right here, right in the center of where all the damage gets sprayed out. You can play over here. If you need an escape, you can jump up here if you need to. Like, I think you can make that from here. I don't remember. But you need to think of what your options are. Play around the pillar. Play around the natural cover. I don't really see you do that too often. You're kind of just mostly just standing behind your front line. And damage out. Tempting a hook. Amplifier. Okay. So you don't need to use any more alts. I think the amplifier is a little overkill, just because they still have one respawning the Namor. But you can't always control your teammates, so you see amplifier go out, you see your ammo go out. It's time to go ham. Well, that's not good. Good kill. He was able to snipe out your Luna. Your Luna died with alts. That's fine then. She wasn't hard focused while she was alting. You are pushing a little more forward than I would like, especially since you can't see what's actually going on in this Sue alt. I would be playing just slightly back here a little bit more and just spamming whatever damage I can try. I like to call it fishing. So, do you have hook on cooldown? You got hook on. Okay, looks like you're going to do it. Nope, that was a punch. You can charge your hook and just kind of go fishing. It's like, maybe I'll grab someone. Sometimes you will. Maybe you will grab the, maybe you might accidentally grab the Luna out of there. It's worth a shot, to be fair. Like, bunch of invisible people. You know where they're all going to be. It's like maybe try to yank someone out there and try to secure the kill on them. F8. Okay, there's a Luna ult. You have ult. You can't do what you did earlier because you don't have amplifier anymore. Luna should be back soon. Luna's back already because I think she had the res. So you fall back. Good. Like, let them have that space. They used Luna ult. It's like, okay, you can have it for now. Dash now, good. They threw the fish. Okay, you're good. They did get 2 kills though. They killed off your Strange and your Cloak and Dagger. Which, again, this comes down to positioning. As I was talking about. Let's go back a little bit. I think this one just comes from you pushing up too hard. Like, there's no reason you need to be fighting here when you could have already been fighting here. Because you were pushed up here fighting around the payload in front of a Su ult when you had no business being here, to be fair. Like, you could have been, everything you've done here, you could have been doing here. It's just a slightly harder shot by being here. But by being here, you could have, you wouldn't have needed to use your punch or anything like that, and you could have just walked out of this very easily. So you luckily survive, but the rest of your team gets farmed, so you have no choice but to just fall back and run away. That or die and reset. What? Who ulted? Which one of you ulted? Why did you ult? Your ults were okay so far.
Here they come.
You are not about to ult the raccoon. All right. So far, like I don't even fault this ult. Like, this guaranteed the kill on the rocket, which is, I mean, in my opinion, worth it. Because, I mean, with the portals up and then your rocket going to get trapped in there. I think the portals go away before he respawns anyways, but I mean, with that hard stagger and their team's about to capture the point, it's like, that in my opinion is 100% worth it. Okay, that was a good ult. I think that's your first proper good ult. So you ult to dodge his ult, and you counter it. That was good. That was fine. You can't ult right away now. Like you secured the kill. Like, this is fine, no problem. Your Luna is ulting. You can just hang out here and just spam out some shots again until you see another opportunity to use your ult. You can be a little patient with it. Looks like that's what you're going to do. You got 7 seconds before it runs out. 3, 2. Yep, you're out of time, so you kind of had to do it anyways. Looks like you should be able to land on the 2 strategists. You got all 3 of them. Good. You got a little too deep, but so yeah, your Strange didn't go in with you. Your Strange pushed him up to here and then fell back. I don't know why. So you go in. Strange realizes too late that you're still going in. Luna can't come up and help you, so just pushed in a little too hard there. Okay, so we're over here. You used the res beacon until instead of you used the res beacon instead of your Vanguard or your Luna using it. So you've died 13 times now, and just about all of them so far you've wasted your rocket's res beacon. So again, use the corner. Okay, so as I was talking about earlier, common zone. Where's all the abilities? Where's all the damage? Where's all the ults gonna end up? So far, you've tanked just about almost every one of these Namor ults, just because of where you've decided to position. Now, to be fair, it's like, even if you were fighting here, it's like, what's your options? Is like, okay, go this way or try to punch this way, which you would still end up getting hit. Luckily, your team survives it, so cool. Looking for your hook. Someone's got a touch. You do have ult. If you look on the team, Strange hasn't ulted for a while, but at the moment, you're not really going to be tracking it. You're going to be watching Strange's movements. It's going to be fairly obvious on when he ults. Sue has ult. I mean, you could try to burst out. You could try to force out the Sue ult early, just with your ult if you wanted to. Where's Sue positioned? Where's Sue positioned? Sue, where are you at? There you are. Okay, so she's way back here. I wouldn't say this is a good idea. But if you go down and alter, maybe you make her use her ult here instead of over here. It's probably going to get you killed by doing that. I'm just gonna. Looks like the enemy team claimed. So it still takes them a bit before they can actually capture the checkpoint. You are very far forward. You are very far forward. Like, I know I was saying to ult them, to force the ult out. But at the same time, it's like you should be looking to hook the Strange ults. There he is. I was pointing at Magneto, my bad. Go back to you. So you're here. You get hit with the Namor ult. Try to go for the hook. So you don't have your hook to actually cancel the Strange ult. Spam and punch. You didn't need to spam punch unless you're going to get killed because you already have ult. So you're not really building ult charge anymore. Now look at your positioning. I get like we need to touch, but your Strange is pushing up to touch. You got the squids over there pumping into Strange. Cloak and Dagger ult comes out. Okay, we're gonna let this play out. And you die. Okay. Okay, so I think so far I've only seen like one good ult out of you. Go over here. And your ult was very telegraphed here. Unfortunately, you weren't able to pull out the Sue ult out of the enemy team. She still has 2 minutes on the map, so she was like, all right, we'll take this. Your team used 3 ults. They used Amplifier. They used Cloak and Dagger ult. They are using your ult as well. So Sue's like, all right, you guys can have it. I will come back in about 12 seconds. All right. You do get picked off, though, because look at where you're positioned. Yes, you got both of these supports or strategists. I would argue that this is a worthy trade-off. Like, even if you're dying here, I would argue that this was worth it because you got both of them. You get picked off. And I think you get rezzed, right? You get rezzed? F8. That's not you. F8. You're dead. No, you don't get rezzed. Okay, you didn't have a beacon to use. So enemy team wins next fight. The reason the enemy team wins next fight is because your team used all of their ults. You got Luna ult coming up online. But you also have Strange ult coming up online as well, but your team had to your team used Cloak and Dagger, used your Bucky, and used your Amplifier. So yeah, that's the whole reason you guys are going to end up losing the next fight, because they still have Sue ult and they got Magneto ult. You already have ult charge, so you don't really need to spam that out there. Now, could we be positioned somewhere else? Again, like I was talking about earlier, you got one Vanguard. You need to draw attention. Namor's doing it. Namor's up here fighting a Namor. You could absolutely be going over here and helping Namor secure this kill. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You are here. Okay, cool. You're here. Like, you can see Namor over there. you should be looking to take an angle like that. It's like, okay, hey, Namor, you need some help? All right, cool. I wish you would wear pants because you walking around in your underwear, but all right, we're going to help you. It's like, okay, there's another Namor. Let's kick his butt. Either he's going to run away or whatever. If we do take the spaces, okay, I can start pumping damage out. It's like, okay, I can pump damage into you. I can pump damage into you. I can pump damage into the backline, stuff like that. Just hanging out in this zone constantly. Like, look at what all Namor's doing. Like, let's watch Namor a second as he's making space up here. There you are. Like, Namor doesn't even have an inkling of fighting here. His first instinct is to, all right, I'm going to come up and take this space. F12. He's scouting. He sees him. Throw some squids. Enemy Namor immediately dropped down because he's now occupying this space. Bucky decides he wants to come up and engage. Sees the squid. Says, nope, I'm out. And he's protecting and guarding this spot. He doesn't want anyone coming up here to flank. He's preventing what I wanted you to do when you were fighting over here earlier. So I wanted you to come over here and like poke out because nobody was guarding this area over here. Well, he's now guarding this area and preventing that from happening. So no one on the enemy team can actually come up here and take this space. Namor tried earlier. Bucky tried coming up to contest him, but he didn't want to deal with the squids. Whereas you're down here, you're just spamming down main. I mean, you did secure a kill, to be fair, but you only secured the kill on that Namor because your Namor forced him off the high ground into a more dangerous position. That's the only reason you got that kill. Over here, shooting into shields. Okay. Like, you're fighting here is like, okay, what happens if you just walk over here slightly? Like, again, common zone, danger zone, bad zone. I don't know what you can call it, whatever you want. But, like, even if you didn't go up here, okay, you're making the play here. It's like, okay, what happens if you go this way? Okay, now you're fighting here. If you get in too much danger, you can just punch this way and you're fine. But now you're fighting here. It's like, oh, okay. Like, I have a better angle and everything. They're having to focus less on your one Vanguard who's half HP and their shield's getting low. And you've completely bypassed the enemy Strange's shield. What are you shooting right now? You're shooting the shield right now. You shooting over here? You're shooting them. He wouldn't feel comfortable to do this either. Like, look at how the team's moving. Everyone's moving this way. Where's Namor? I'm curious where Namor is. Oh, yeah. Oh. Your Namor's a goat. Okay. So, again, like, Namor's doing what I want you to do. Like, there's going to be moments where you want to fight with your team, but, like, watch Namor's movement right now. Over here. He's taking the space. Still controls the space. He's getting healed. All right, he's coming over here. Now he's looking to draw attention. He's looking for a kill. See? Look at that. He bypassed the shield. He's not fighting in the danger zone. He's come over here. He's looked for a snipe. He saw the strategist. He threw a couple of things out, sniped him out. Does he get another kill? Almost, but he made the other strategist run away. Like, him doing this, like, you guys don't hold this because of what you're doing. Like, the whole reason that this is working and you guys win this team fight is because of what Namor just did. Because he came up here, because he took the angle, because he forced the strategist back. Just all of this because of what he did. Not what, like, you're over here, like, you're cleaning up what he's doing. Like, he's making this a lot easier for you. What's the alt situation now? So, looking at your team, you got alt, you got amplifier, you got cloak and dagger alt. Enemy team has Strange, Bucky, and Namor. So you're probably going to get hit with a fish again, just because you're in the middle of where the fish is generally going to be thrown. So 30 seconds, like, at this point, is like I'm basically going to go touch their spawn. Which it looks like that's what you're doing, is like just hard push. Try to get as many kills as you can. You want this fight to never stop. Like, honestly, like, if I get someone low enough, I'm just ulting into them, just stuff like that. Like, I'm doing everything I can to prevent them from touching this again. Like, to the point where, like, I'm fighting out here. Like, I'm pushing up into this. If Strange sees you pushing up, they're probably going to follow you. But, like, yeah, it's to the point where I'm coming up here and I'm contesting them in here. I would hope your Strange follows you if you did make a play like this, because I want to do everything I can to prevent them from to prevent them from actually leaving this room and going to touch the payload. Because they kind of trapped themselves in there. I want you to kind of go in there. Like, I would be telling Strange, hey, Strange, go in there. Like, you guys have ults. You just got to just dump everything into them right now. Worst case, they dump everything into your team right here. And they're forced to fight here no matter what. Because this is the winning... Good lord. Let me see here. Nope, wrong person. So he's doing it. He's doing exactly what I want you to do. You should be up here helping him. You need to be ulting this and just everything. Good. Good. Welcome back from Mad Joe. There's your Strange. You guys are backing up. You guys are backing up way too much. Like, you guys have 4 ults. Like, we got your ults on timer, 3 seconds, but like, you guys have 4 ults. It's 6 seconds. Like, your team should not be holding their ults. Everything should be getting dropped right here. Like, 6 seconds, it's like, okay, here's my Bucky ult. Here's my Namor ult. Here's my amplifier. Here's my Luna ult. This should be the last fight of the game. And I don't know why your team's holding on to their ults. Like, there's no reason to hold on to them anymore. It's dump everything I can into them and just hope for the best. There's the Namor ult. There's a Luna ult. Okay, now your team used everything, but I would have rather your team used everything when they were still regrouping. When there was 3 of them in here waiting. When there was 3 of them in here waiting, I would have rather your team just gone in there and just made sure these 3 died before allowing them to just regroup like that. Because you and your team just gave them another fight when it shouldn't have happened. Let's see here. Looks like they kind of just run over you at the end here. Because yeah, they got the ult advantage now. You could have even if you lost this, like the way, like, you could have just forced all of their ults to happen here, or at least forced the 3 ults to happen here, and then they got to use 2 more to actually capture the payload here. So, and worst case, they just used everything, and now you got 1 more fight, and they don't have the ult advantage because your team is being funneled in down here. Could you be fighting in a different spot? Absolutely. Like, you could be up here spamming damage out. You could be over here spamming damage to wherever you can. Sure, you might tank a lot more damage than you want. You don't have it as well of an escape route. You could be up here fighting slightly safe and poking out heads. You could be blowing up the rune. You could be just shooting out whatever heads you can be. Just poke out far enough to where you start seeing the enemy's heads. Start aiming at those. You just have a habit of just being in the center of your team the entire time. That's like, look where your Namor's set up. Your Namor's doing great. Your Namor's taking good angles. Like, he's up here. He's up here. He has that area controlled. They can't hang out up there. He's forcing the enemy team to look in multiple directions. Strange comes up. Strange has to leave the front line to come up and deal with Namor. Whereas you could also try to, so if you were here, like, okay, well, Strange now has to make a decision on either to deal with you or Namor. Magneto can't really fly, so Magneto can't really deal with you or him. But like, this is even better for you if you were taking another angle, either over there, up there, or if you were taking an angle here, spam out damage as you can. You could be poking around here and just pumping out damage. Like, even though you're not in hooking distance, it's like, okay, well, you're drawing their attention 3 ways now. So now as they're coming out, they can either focus that way, focus over at you, or focus on Namor over there. Oh, okay, you went up here. A little late because Namor got forced out, but let me see it. Go up there. Come on, there we go. So we're up here. Cool. You can grab a armor pack if you needed it. Okay, so what happens with you fighting up here? Namor killed your Strange. Oh, you immediately drop back down. Okay. You like looks like your Strange got rezzed. So come on. Go back up there. So you go back up here. Okay, cool. So you're fighting. Strange gets rezzed. Like you did not have to drop down. Like Rocket can climb up the wall. He can come and rejoin you if he needs to. Luna is just going to have to do what she needs to do. But you had time. You didn't need to immediately drop down. You're waiting for Strange to, like, Namor retook the angle up there. You got the angle here. Like, you got time for Strange to come out here, help you, and then drop down. But at the moment, it's like you and Namor should be just pincering them, spamming damage from both ways. This should be easy for you. But you immediately drop down, give up the angle, and now look at what Strange has. Look at the decision Strange has to make now. Like, he drops down that way. He immediately drops down that way. You get picked off because you just drop down. Whereas if you just continued fighting here, you wouldn't have died this easily. Look at this. Your team gets another pick. Like, imagine if you were still in this fight with your team. Oh, fishy ult. I don't know what an amplifier is supposed to do. See, are you back yet, F8? No, you're still in spawn. Damn. So we're just going to keep watching this from up here, but you getting picked here probably costs this fight. Don't run away. Your team's still fighting. Like, this is overtime. Like, don't leave. Like, this is overtime. It's like, you have no choice but to fight and die here. Like, this is your 1, 2. I mean, you still got 2 teammates there. I mean, you kind of abandoned them. Like, they're going to die anyways, to be fair, but back to you. Like, you got to regroup with your team anyways. You might as well have just died on point with them.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
If you get killed here. Okay, so yeah, now you're hard staggered. So yeah, you should have just died with them on point. Like, I get you died 21 times this match. But yeah, you should have just died with them on point. So now you're hard stagger. Look at the timers. Like, they're all respawning 4 seconds, 3 seconds. You're on a 12-second cooldown now. That was a big mistake there. Just retreating like that. Not sure why you went on Cloak and Dagger, but why did you go on Cloak and Dagger? So your entire team decided to restructure. Now you have 2 Vanguards. Huh. Okay. Let's take a look at stats. I'm just curious. Where you at? Tio, 33 limbs. 18 final hits. If you're playing on Bucky, to be fair, like, that should be way higher. 25 deaths is insane though. Like, most of these deaths are just because you position in places that tend to be a lot more dangerous, and you could have just angled slightly to the left or right, or took some side routes. The like there was a point here where you took the high ground and took an angle, and it was great. Yes, here. This is the best play you've made this entire match. Making that one decision to come up here, take this angle, and start actually putting pressure from a different angle than just sitting in the center of your team the entire time. Your ults have been a little iffy. You could be using your ults better to snipe people out. So far, every time you ulted, you kind of just ult and just yeet yourself into the enemy team, and they tend to destroy you every single time you did that. As for ability usage, your punches have been fine. Honestly, you do know to hook and then churn and punch them into your team. The issue is you tried hooking the enemy strange the entire game instead of actually trying to grab important targets, like trying to hook a Luna or a Namor or a Squishy, something like that, and then doing the same thing to them would have guaranteed a pick instead of just trying to hook the Vanguard over and over again. Yeah, so just stop positioning in the center of your team, take an angle, play off to the side slightly where it's a lot safer for you and easier for you to make plays. Draw more attention to yourself at a weird spot than just everything standing behind your Vanguard the entire game.